Okay, here we are. I'm taking a look at another game. This is another PvZ, and it takes what I showed in the last game to a much higher level. The other game was pretty
By the way, if you're
straightforward,
wondering,
as
Baxter,
why I say I hesitate to say that that's cheese.
oh yeah,
It's because that's really, really just solid timing to punish exactly what I was doing, and I don't think it's all in all because you can easily drone behind that, and in which case you just make me a sad panda. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see,
yeah.
recorded footage, and I speak in the past. It's just a really strong, really early push. I don't want to call it cheese. It was just solid strategy. Yeah. Of course, meanwhile, I hate myself for losing to it because in my eyes, I should be able to defend everything that's not all in cheese. But that is a push that I don't have that much experience with at all. Okay, so what I was just referencing is that this is a custom game. It's not ladder. And if he six pulls me, I'm just gonna call him. I'm not gonna call him it, but I'm gonna just assume in my head there's a cheesy player and just play accordingly when I have to. Yeah. Me and this guy is a very, very frustrating, well-timed push. We'll say that. Okay. Back to the point. I'm gonna ignore if I say anything else in the stream. But yeah, this is recorded footage of me playing, so you have me speaking, and unfortunately that I was addressing the previous game.
Scouting.
I was addressing the previous game that I played with him, where he actually had a really nice about 20 to 30 lings coming in at a perfect time to take advantage of my one gate expo.
No, astronomy.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Stream is lagging. He's actually a friend of mine on VP. He's a GM toss, so it was actually fun. Me and him are gonna talk about this for a few seconds, but basically, a few things to take a note of now that I actually have a little bit of time to actually say stuff is this is PvZ Tal'Darim Altar.
Alright, so
it's technically MLG Tal'Darim Altar.
Shake out the hands.
Yeah. So we're just gonna talk for a second or two, but basically this will allow me to give a little bit of info for the game. Actually, you know, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So for this part of the thing, it's a PvZ Tal'Darim Altar against a player that I've just scouted going for a gas and a pool, which is really, really, really odd. A Tal'Darim Altar, usually you want hatchery first. You want the 15 pool, 16 hatch, 15 pool, 15 hatch, something along those lines of the mid-teens pool, mid-teens hatch. You want macro. Right now, what I've seen so far is a player that's not done that, and I'm thinking, okay, the games I've played against this guy, he's gone for just play along the more aggressive standpoint in the early game. So I'm thinking, okay, he could do something weird along those lines. That would be fine. But I'm just thinking, alright, it's not an early enough pool to affect my ability to get down to 17 Nexus. So, or maybe it was an 18 Nexus. I don't know. Either way, it's there. Cannon has more than enough time to be built. I can get the full wall off, and I'm not going to worry about that stuff. I'll be able to get out Zealots and scout with the Zealots, be aggressive. I already have multiple probes on the field, so I can have a great position for the later part of the game when I get down, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty of warp-ins and trying to get your better positioning and getting all those units you really, really, really need. And I'm going to be able to do that. And I'm thinking, what I'm going to be doing strategy-wise, I'm thinking, alright, I can be aggressive with a few Zealots earlier on to both scout for cheese as well as put pressure on him, force him to make lings instead of drones, and just to be generally solid and effective. That's what my goal is. My goal is to be able to get a quick 3 base, fast upgrades, a lot of gateway units, immortals, maybe colossi if I really need them, but everything is looking to be pretty solid. I've got a single gas, be fine. I actually ended up forgetting about this probe when I wanted to scout. You can see how I'm trying to be really sneaky with how I shift Q it to get down and make it really just walk the line to stay alive as long as possible. Fortunately, saw it. No biggie there. So, we're gonna watch I get up my tech. I'm only gonna do one gateway pressure with this guy because I'm pretty sure he's actually not cheesing. I mean, I saw the queen, I saw drones, the hatchery went down. I'm not seeing anything really, really weird. So here's something you can really do is when you get that probe on the field is put hidden pylons and a hidden probe somewhere. And this becomes incredibly key for this game. There's a few aspects that are incredibly important. One of them is being able to defend well. The other one is being able to utilize that hidden probe to the best way possible. And here's a little trick that you can do to kill off scouting Zerglings. This way, as long as you aggro the Zergling to hit your Zealot, you can actually bring it to your cannon without it alerting the opponent. So the opponent's not looking at the minimap for those 2 seconds. The opponent won't realize that the Zergling is now moving towards the cannon. It then gets killed, and you deny scouting information. That is incredibly important, especially when you're getting to this tense early games of a PvZ where the toss is forge fast expanding. Because what it means is what it means is just denying so much key info. Toss you need to be aware of if they're going for Stargate play, if they're going for a weird DT play, or any kind of things like that. And you want to see when they push out, because you're trying to drone up as much as you can. So if you can deny that scout information as toss, Zerg is going to feel a little bit worse. And speaking of feeling worse about scouting and everything, you see that Overlord that's right there? Oh yeah, I knew it was there the entire time. I was thinking,
Annoying.
that's annoying. But I will move around, be active with those zealots, and hopefully it won't matter that he sees some gateways. Because he's not seeing anything crazy important, like Robo, Twilight Council, Double Forge, things like that. Things that aren't typical at this point in the game. Those gateways, very typical, very standard. Not going to worry about the fact that he saw those. So now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in my normal tech that I do, like the blink, the immortals, the observers, and move forward. Oh no, I might have to mute this video because there's talking going on. Alright, so there might not be game sounds then once this happens. But moving more importantly, we've got me muting this video. Alright. So, I'm going to continue talking because that's the most important thing, is the things that need to actually be focused on. So, here we have my Zealots pushing forward, being aggressive. You can see that I'm going to be able to take down the Queen, which is a very, very nice thing to do. And look at all those lings that I'm seeing. And take a look at the position I'm putting the Zealots in. They're going to be able to survive as long as possible. It's the most obnoxious spot I could put them in to make sure that they get to kill off everything. With this, it allows me to keep him inside his base. He can't be aggressive if he's losing a ton of lings to the zealots that I'm using against him. Continue to get upgrades. I think I might have had the +1 for that push. I believe I did. And now it's time to tech to a normal game with him being slightly behind. I'll work on getting out my third. I've got a lot of gates out already. There's going to be obs around the field soon. I still have that probe in the bottom right. That's going to be really, really key. And I'm going to start going for my third base. So now my first observer is out. I'm able to move forward. You can see. Let's see. I'm trying to think exactly what's going on. He, from what I've seen, has a fair amount of drones. He's lost his queen, which helps me quite a bit. And as far as everything else goes, he most likely has lair tech at this point, obviously. It's 11 minutes of the game. Zerg without lair tech is going to be on like 4 or 5 bases doing something weird that me going for mass upgrades and mass gateway units is going to be able to beat without too much difficulty, because he's not going to get that much. So here we have me going for an almost complete wall off with those pylons. And it's going to allow me to put down a single zealot to prevent any kind of Zergling run-bys at the natural expansion. I'll get out my third, everything will look solid, and my building placement here is really, really calculated, as you can see. I have the exact distance of one cannon in between those pylons and those and that nexus, which is pivotal for, once again, defending against Zergling run-bys. Those pylons will serve to make a full surround with the nexus to the cannons, so Lings will literally just get a screwed up AI and not be able to accomplish anything. So I should be about to be completing my +2 attack very, very quickly. My observer is running around looking for what he has. And there we have the most annoying timing for those links to come in and force me to cancel my Nexus. But it's fine. I'm going to end up killing off a fair amount of those links anyway. I just missed my force field by about a second. And links are speedy, so it hurts. Alright, so now you can see my probe count's actually really, really high, and I've decided to go for Colossi. I figure it's something different. He's probably not expecting it. I've shown to be an incredibly macro gateway style player, and consequently, this could do a lot of damage. I've got more than enough economy to support this with the amount of everything that I really have. And I'm continuing running around trying to find his tech, but if you look, I haven't seen... There we go, now I see a muta, and that seems pretty standard. I'm going to be able to get out my cannons inside my mineral line. I was waiting to actually get that down because I knew it's such a solid possibility. I'm going to spread out my stalkers to try and make sure I can defend before my cannons get up, fix my hotkey that included some gateways, and throw some cannons down on my third. I have no ability to push out on Tal'Darim Altar. That's something that is very, very, very key to realize, is that Tal'Darim Muta is different than almost any other map Muta. Shakuris is large, and Toon Valley is large, but no map is as large as Tal'Darim, which means I need to be really careful about my army management, my upgrades, when I decide to push out, as well as trying to realize when I can actually be safe to try and do some weird tech thing, try and be aggressive. And this is when you realize, oh hey, that bottom right probe that's been there this entire time could be game changing. That bottom right probe may allow me to have a base that he can't scout, or I can't scout, but he most likely won't scout, and may allow me to actually get up some kind of economy. I've also stopped going for the robotics bay and decided to go for Archons instead. I'm not going for Psystorm, which I'm debating about whether or not that's actually a smart move. Oh, actually, this is when I'm still trying to go for the Colossus, and then I'll ditch that in like a couple seconds. But I'm kind of worried about whether it's better or not to go for the Archons versus the Psystorm. Psystorm's very, very, very good. I like it against more links that you play personally. These mutas are... they just bunch up. Granite Splash is amazing against them. However, I really I'm warring with myself. I'm warring myself literally while you watch about whether or not I should have gone for the what's it called, the Starstorm or not. But you can see me as I'm splitting up my units. You can see how stalker heavy I am. Right now what I'm doing is trying to split up my hotkeys as well, because you can see right now he was really exposing a significant weakness in my army management there with having these guys not differentiated. So you can see I also missed adding those guys on the hotkey, which is pretty key. But now I have a hotkey, instead of split by units, it's split by place on the map, which is seriously important. The ramifications of having units split by the unit in the hotkey can be horrendous. For example, you just saw, because then I send all my zealots, stalkers, and sentries to go off to defend one part of my main, and I have all my stalkers defend my other one. Well, mutas go in, snipe all my sentries. I then lose a very significant portion of my gas. My gas investment that ends up not paying off at all, and I end up losing the game because all of a sudden I get to have nothing good. And so now here we get to have me being pretty happy at taking down a bunch of those mutas, although he actually takes out a scary amount of stalkers considering that. So now I'm going to get out my Archons, and by the way, I didn't morph them to Archons inside my base because they can't fit. They literally cannot fit through that that hole that I made in that wall. So I don't want Archons stuck in my main base, so therefore morph them outside. And here comes that proxy pylon. The Nexus is thrown down. I have a base coming down. I scout for that what is to be his 5th base, and now I can go for a double prong attack. This is my moment. I've got these these probes that I'm sending down there to move forward, and I'm going to go ahead and attack his 3rd and his 5th at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's his 5th. It might be his 4th. I don't know the exact timings, but you can see me. I have the +3. Wait, what? What happened to my game? Why did it stop? It's 15 minutes into the game. Why'd you stop? I'm making a video here. Whatever. While I go ahead and fix this and pull that back up again, I'm just going to continue talking about what's going on. What's really, really key is my realizing once again the strengths that are available to me. I have to watch this commercial, but yeah. So let's take a look at the position that both of us are in at this point in time in the game. I have my 4th base coming up. He has 5 bases. He's heavy, heavy Muta. I'm heavy, heavy Stalker with a few Archons, some Zealots, some Sentries, and an Immortal or 2. So as far as direct engagements go, it's actually deceptively even because he has such a high count of mutas, and you saw what he did to those stalkers. So I'm about to push. You have this coming back, and I think it's yeah. All right, so now we're going to see me pushing forward, and I think this is the right thing. Yes. Okay. So now we're back. I'm now going to go ahead and try and get another base. That's going to fail horribly in a second, but look at my army strength. It's pretty large ball. There's no real AoE besides those couple Archons, though. I'm throwing down a DT Shrine also because I want to make sure that I can try and be aggressive with DTs to surprise them, Morphin Archons, if I have too many minerals and not enough gas, so I can't really go for High Templar to get Archons. But look at that Mutaball, it's scary, and this is a really, really, really frustrating. The fact that he has so many of those spine crawlers, it's perfect. Oh, he actually lifted them off. That's kind of weird. But notice I'm killing his 5th. I'm killing his 3rd and killing his 5th. It's exactly what I wanted to do. I have this hidden base, a great safe proxy pylon, a huge amount of stalkers are here, but also back to the ramifications of those hotkeys is that I split up my stalkers on my hotkeys. So I'm hitting 4 and expecting to control all of my stalkers, and I'm only controlling about a 1/3 of them. As you're about to really see them blinking forward, but look at how many stalkers didn't blink. And now I'm doing this. I'm going to realize that soon. But here we're going to see the glory of Blink Stalker Micro and the fact that in the game I was slowing it down. But now we're going to watch and then push forward. I think I realized the fact that I'm so messed up on hotkeys. But okay, look at this once again. He's hitting my 3rd with mutas. He's destroying everything. I have DT tech out. I can use that to be aggressive in areas I normally wouldn't be able to be. Looking around here, my observer's staying alive. I know that there's no spore crawlers. Look at his middle left base. My observer has been over it the entire time. I know he's vulnerable. I know he's super, super vulnerable. I have DTs to help kill off those spine crawlers because he doesn't have detection. This is my strength right now, is the fact that he doesn't have detection. His army is probably stronger than mine right now. You can see he's being forced to retreat though, but here come all those mutas, and DTs are doing damage, and that's really annoying that I didn't control that DT because he had time to now warp in that Overseer. So here we go with more attacking, but notice how much I'm dying. I have committed this army to battle, and now I'm going to go ahead and start trying to basically make up for it. Killing the Baneling Nest is a big deal, by the way, because Banelings, if you went for Banelings right now, that'd be really, really annoying, because they would just wreck everything with their splash damage. Baneling bombs are so good. I am Archon heavy, but units bunch up. Banelings are great against anything bunched up. But the whole point is that take a look at the tech that I'm taking out right now with the DTs. And I knew I couldn't kill the spawning pool, which is why I took down the extractor, because I need to limit his gas count. It's realizing where you can do damage. And now I'm going to try and actually get this mining once again. You can see I'm still mining gas down there, which is pretty important. But DTs are still doing damage. I have now reduced him to effectively 2 bases that I know of. I am right now on like 1.5 base with probes and everything split in between, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 nexuses. And I'm basically going mass Archon because they're awesome. That's not exactly my reasoning, but it's pretty close. So now I'm going to see, I'm going to lose all those guys, cancel everything down there, but he's got the upper hand at the moment. I'm being forced to think, oh god, I've essentially lost my main. I have almost no tech left. I have no economy. I have so little ability to produce, blah, blah, so little ability to produce. I've built a Templar Archives. This weird base down here. I'm gonna get out those guys, and I should be taking a storm right now. That's something I should be doing. I'm thinking I don't have the economy or the time or something weird like that, but pretty much I am weak. That's really the only way around it. I am weak, and I need to handle this accordingly. The problem is that there's not much I can really do. He's probably re-expanding. I need to scout for this. I have to try and push out in a way that I don't die if he's going to move in my mutas, which means DTs. I need to get the watchtower, maybe be aggressive. I know where his mutas are, so I can try and force him to engage. This may end up tricking him to thinking that I have no other bases out, and the reason why I'm not being revealed is the fact that my main nexus is still alive. So these are the things that as are going through my head as I'm thinking, okay, time to deal damage. Time to deal something concrete. He sees me still mining at that base. I've now got a new natural expansion up, and the tech that's available to me is very limited. But I'm still going to be pushing in. I'm going to take down here, try and force him to engage me. Because if he's thinking that I'm about to be eliminated, then that's great because I'm obviously not about to be eliminated, and any kind of misinformation is always a good thing. So now I'm about to be mining off of two bases. I've got a lot of tech put back up. And I get to kill off a few nice overlords, which is always great. Whenever you're in a low economy situation and you can take out overlords from your opponent, that's big, so big. Because not only do they have to spend their precious resources trying to get units out to be able to defend, they have to spend even more resources to get out anything because they have to get the overlords out and then the units, as opposed to just getting the units out when every unit needs to be used really effectively. But now is when I'm starting to actually feel more comfortable. I'm realizing he hasn't hit my, well, really only two bases that are left standing. He's mainly muted right now. I've seen no lings, no roaches. I have a good army composition right now. He's been reduced to one base that I've now confirmed by having vision of every single base on the map, and I've just killed his bottom left normal three main bases. So I'm feeling really, really good, but I'm thinking to myself, don't get greedy. He can still win this if my army's out of position and he moves in, kills my economy, and is able to re-expand. However, I have DTs patrolling. I'm getting my stalker number back up. I've got those blink stalkers that are so key in almost all PvZ. And I'm also realizing I don't have any observers out, which is why I'm chronoing out my robo from the top left, and actually end up miraculously having that probe. So I'm thinking, oh, re-expand. Wait, nope, his mutas are there, so no re-expansion from me. I'm also preparing to get this third base also. And you'll see I have one normal DT in my army. There's nothing wrong with mixing a few actual DTs into your army, because if he doesn't have detection, that's free kills. He'll need fungals or something, and it can really, really benefit. As has been seen already with his lack of detection and my ability to just stay crazy aggressive with those DTs. So I have this one Zell to make sure that that base doesn't get taken. And I'm now supply blocked. I'm going to throw down more pylons and everything. But I'm getting Psystorm now, which is a big deal to get the Psystorm, because if I can land a few storms on those mutas, they'll melt to the stalkers, and that's what's incredibly important right now. Because it's basically his entire strength. And now we're at the funny thing, because I blink forward to kill off the muta, and look at that, it escapes. It's like 1 health left, and he's pushing forward. By the way, my upgrades are actually pretty solid right now. I think I'm at +3 attack, maybe +2 armor, +1 shields, something along those lines. So I've been managing to stay upgraded for a good, healthy amount of time. And look at how high my minerals are, and that's actually really bad. I should be spending that. I really should be spending that. But still, I have Sidestorm out. I can get more gas now. You can see me getting down more cannons because I have to delay. If he's going to go ahead and attack me, I have to delay it. And now I'm getting some shield upgrade. I might have +3. And now he's going to push in. Sees I get a nice couple shots off. But by the way, those mutas deal so much splash. I just lost almost every single probe at that natural expansion. I'm going to call it natural expansion now because I have new mains. And here we go for the side storms. Watching him fly through them is so pleasing to my sight. However, the fact that he kills every single one of my probes is not so pleasing. And now I'm going to go ahead and move in, deal damage, blinking forward, take out a couple mutas, but he did so much damage there. I'm so low on probes now. I didn't have many to begin with, and losing any like that, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. However, look at my vision. Look at my vision. I have seen every single base he could possibly have, and he doesn't have it. He does not have it. So now we're going to see me pushing forward. This is really annoying, though, that he snipes off the Temple Archives. That's actually a really important building for me right now. In case you didn't realize, Sidestorm is kind of important right now, especially in these low economy situations. You need that efficient army composition. So you'll see my Templar are still hanging back. I need them alive. I can't let him move in and snipe them. He can't really target them because the Archons will destroy every single muta when they splash up. But now we're seeing as I'm blinking forward, I get to kill off I think 2 or 3 mutas there. Maybe I got a third. I know I killed 2, but one was slightly off. And now I'm going to try and save this this zealot. See if I can do that. But mutas are just too quick. This game was a lot of fun to play. I get another upgrade down there, and now I need to start thinking about can I move out. So I'm going to blink forward, deal a little bit of damage, but I need to come back in and stay safe. My Templar here ready to storm. I don't care if I kill probes at this point. I need to hit some storms off. You can see me moving in. It takes a fair bit of damage. All my probes are dead anyway because of the mutas, so I don't mind storming myself. It's weird, but there are situations where it's okay to side-storm yourself. But once again, I have no economy. I have no probes. He just tried to expand the top left. That's not going to work. I've got control of that area. I've got observers looking at the top middle. The only feasible possible place that he could actually expand right now is to my original third base, that top right third base. He might be doing that, and I just realized that right now. Before that, I was actually feeling like I had it down perfectly. But still, now I get to blink forward and deal a little bit of damage, take off some of those mutas, get some nice Archon splash shots, and that's always a pleasure. And now I could chase him, but I should just retreat. Like I do, I'm spending too much time retreating right now. That's what I'm seeing. I should have been able to just turn around and hit his base, because now he's going to be able to attack my 2 bases while I'm attacking his, and I don't want that. See, there he's hitting. I could have already been attacking his last remaining base. Granted, it's important enough that he's been forced that he's going to have to he's been forced to pull back, but I have 400 minerals now, which means I spread out my probes to make sure I can get at least one of them alive. But now look at this that he has. I can storm those drones and everything, as he doesn't have any mutas there. And this is going to be a really important race. You can see I think I misclicked on the minimap, and that's why my Archons went down there. However, you're about to see that was a really, really pleasant misclick as far as misclicks go. His mutas are running around there. My Archons are going to be in a nice spot to intercept them, which is what I'm doing down there. It's partially to kill those roaches, the roach warren and all those tech buildings, but it's also important in terms of the fact that I get to possibly eliminate him faster than he can eliminate me. So now I'm trying to move around. I get to kill off some overlords, which I figure is always nice. And there we go. There's the intercepting Archons. And then there's the GG man. Great game. GG. That was a very cool game. And as far as weird scenarios go, I feel like this was a good one to learn from. It's a great game to compare to the Shakur's Plateau one that I showed you, where the opponent went for mutas and went for base trade situations and all that. And it just shows you the big differences between Talarium Altar PvZ and every other map PvZ. Talarium Altar is a unique beast in its own right. So, as far as just realizing your options are, mutas can give a lot of toss trouble. They give me so much trouble. They force me into these situations where it seems like oh, I'm so comfortable, but I hate going for all-in-ish type of things. And a base trade like that's pretty all-in. I don't like that. This Talion Malther one was less all-in because of the fact that I had those bottom right bases, but Shakura's Plateau was pretty all-in. I just realized that the opportunity was there. So, I say thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned. And I'm going to say bye-bye for now. Thank you.